Once upon a time, in a faraway kingdom, there was a young girl named Lucy. Lucy loved to listen to fairy tales. She would beg her mother to tell her stories of brave knights, beautiful princesses, and magical creatures. Her favorite story was one about a fairy godmother who could make anyone's dreams come true. Lucy's mother would often tell her that fairy tales were not real, that they were just stories. But Lucy refused to believe that. She knew in her heart that fairy tales were real, and that someday she would meet a fairy godmother who would make all her dreams come true. One day, while Lucy was walking in the forest, she stumbled upon a tiny creature with wings. It was a fairy. The fairy looked up at Lucy with big, sparkling eyes and said, "Hello, young one. My name is Amara. What brings you to the forest?" Lucy was overjoyed to meet a real fairy. She told Amara all about her love for fairy tales and her belief that they were real. Amara smiled and said, "You're right, Lucy. Fairy tales are real. I should know, I'm a fairy." Lucy couldn't believe her ears. She asked Amara if she was a fairy godmother, the kind who could make dreams come true. Amara shook her head and said, "No, Lucy. Fairy godmothers don't exist. But I can still help you make your dreams come true." Lucy's heart sank a little. She had been so sure that fairy godmothers were real. But she decided to listen to Amara anyway. Amara told Lucy that the key to making her dreams come true was to believe in herself and to work hard. Lucy wasn't sure what that meant. She asked Amara how she could believe in herself and work hard. Amara said, "Believing in yourself means knowing that you are capable of doing anything you set your mind to. Working hard means putting in the time and effort to make your dreams a reality." Lucy nodded, but she still wasn't sure how to put Amara's advice into practice. Amara saw the confusion on her face and said, "Let me show you, Lucy. Follow me." Amara led Lucy deep into the forest, to a clearing where a group of animals were gathered. Amara called out to the animals, and they all came running over to her. She told Lucy to choose an animal and try to communicate with it. Lucy looked around at the animals. There was a rabbit, a squirrel, a bird, and a deer. She wasn't sure which one to choose. Amara said, "Don't think too hard, Lucy. Just go with your instincts." Lucy closed her eyes and reached out her hand. When she opened her eyes again, she saw that she was holding the paw of a rabbit. She looked at the rabbit and said, "Hello there. Can you understand me?" To Lucy's surprise, the rabbit nodded its head. It looked up at her with big, brown eyes, and Lucy knew that it understood her. She asked the rabbit what it liked to do, and it hopped up and down, as if to say, "I like to hop." Lucy smiled and said, "That's wonderful. I like to dance. Maybe we could dance together sometime?" The rabbit nodded again, and Lucy felt a surge of excitement. She had never communicated with an animal before, but now she knew that it was possible. She looked at Amara and said, "Thank you for showing me this, Amara. I think I understand now." Amara smiled and said, "Good. Remember, Lucy, the key to making your dreams come true is to believe in yourself and work hard. And don't forget to keep an open mind and heart. You never know what possibilities may come your way." With those words, Amara fluttered her wings and flew off into the forest. Lucy watched her go, feeling grateful for the lessons she had learned. She turned to the rabbit and said, "Thank you for showing me that I can communicate with animals. I can't wait to dance with you." The rabbit hopped away, and Lucy made her way back home, feeling inspired and hopeful. She knew that making her dreams come true wouldn't be easy, but now she had a newfound sense of confidence and determination. Over the next few months, Lucy worked hard to make her dreams a reality. She practiced her dancing every day, and she even started volunteering at a local animal shelter. She loved spending time with the animals, and she discovered that she had a gift for calming them down and making them feel safe. One day, while she was at the animal shelter, a woman came in with a small, scrappy dog. The dog was trembling and whimpering, clearly frightened by its surroundings. Lucy approached the dog and spoke to it softly, trying to reassure it. To her surprise, the dog stopped whimpering and crawled into her lap. The woman looked at Lucy in amazement and said, "I've never seen that dog calm down like that before. You have a real gift with animals." Lucy felt a warm glow inside. She had always loved animals, but now she knew that she could make a difference in their lives. She thanked the woman and took the dog for a walk around the shelter. As she walked, she noticed a flyer for a local dance competition. The prize was a scholarship to a prestigious dance academy. Lucy's heart skipped a beat. She had always dreamed of going to dance school, but her family couldn't afford it. She looked down at the dog in her arms and whispered, "What do you think, little one? Should we enter the competition?" The dog licked her face in response, and Lucy knew that it was a sign. She signed up for the competition and spent every spare moment practicing her routines. She worked hard, believing in herself and her abilities. And finally, the day of the competition arrived. Lucy was nervous, but she felt a sense of calm wash over her as she took the stage. She danced with all her heart, pouring all her passion and energy into every move. And when the judges announced the winner, her heart nearly stopped. "Lucy, you have won the scholarship to the dance academy," the announcer said, and the crowd erupted in cheers. Lucy felt tears prickle at the corners of her eyes. She had done it. She had made her dreams come true. She looked up at the sky and whispered, "Thank you, Amara. Thank you for showing me the way." As she made her way off stage, the scrappy dog from the shelter came bounding up to her, wagging its tail. Lucy scooped it up into her arms and hugged it tight. She knew that she had a lot of hard work ahead of her at dance school, but she also knew that with belief in herself and the support of her animal friends, anything was possible. From that day on, Lucy continued to believe in the magic of fairy tales. She knew that they were not just stories, but powerful lessons about the power of believing in oneself and working hard to make one's dreams come true. And whenever she needed a little extra inspiration, she would look up at the sky and whisper, "Thank you, Amara. Thank you for showing me the way." As Lucy started her journey in the dance academy, she felt a little nervous. She had never been to a school before, and she didn't know anyone there. But, she had her dog with her, and she felt better knowing that she had a friend by her side. On the first day of class, Lucy was surprised to find that the other students were not very friendly. They seemed to be more focused on their own dancing and didn't pay much attention to her. She felt alone and out of place. But Lucy remembered the lessons she learned from Amara and the rabbit. She knew that if she wanted to make friends, she had to be kind and open-hearted. So she decided to approach one of the girls and introduce herself. "Hi, my name is Lucy. What's your name?" she said, smiling. The girl looked at her with surprise, as if she had never spoken to anyone before. But then she smiled back and said, "I'm Emma. Nice to meet you." From that moment on, Lucy and Emma became fast friends. They practiced together and supported each other, and Lucy felt grateful to have someone to share her journey with. As the weeks went by, Lucy's dancing improved. She worked hard every day, pushing herself to become the best dancer she could be. And her dog was always there, cheering her on. One day, Lucy was practicing a particularly difficult routine when she lost her balance and fell. She landed hard on her knee and cried out in pain. Her dog ran over to her, whimpering, and Emma rushed over as well. "Lucy, are you okay?" Emma said, looking worried. Lucy winced as she tried to stand up. Her knee hurt badly, and she knew that she wouldn't be able to dance for a while. "I think I hurt my knee. I don't know if I can keep dancing," she said, tears streaming down her face. Emma put her arm around Lucy's shoulder and said, "Don't worry, we'll figure something out. You can't give up on your dream now." Lucy felt comforted by Emma's words. She knew that she couldn't let this setback stop her from pursuing her passion. So, she decided to focus on other ways to improve her dancing while she recovered. She started studying the theory of dance, learning about the different techniques and styles. She watched videos of famous dancers and studied their moves, trying to understand how they were able to express themselves through dance. As she learned more, she began to see dance in a new way. It wasn't just about the physical movements, but about the emotions and feelings behind them. She felt inspired to express herself through her dancing in a deeper, more meaningful way. And then, something magical happened. One day, while she was practicing her theory, Lucy heard a faint melody. It was a beautiful, haunting tune that seemed to be coming from the forest outside. Curious, Lucy followed the sound, with her dog following behind her. She walked deep into the forest, following the sound until she came to a clearing. There, she saw a beautiful fairy, playing a harp. The fairy was surrounded by other animals, who were listening to her music with rapt attention. Lucy felt a thrill of excitement. She had never seen a fairy before, but she had heard stories about them. She approached the fairy and said, "Hello, my name is Lucy. What's your name?" The fairy smiled at her and said, "My name is Melody. I heard that you were a dancer, and I wanted to play some music for you." Lucy was surprised. She had never told anyone in the forest about her dancing. Melody continued, "I can see that you are passionate about dance. I can help you with your journey if you let me." Lucy was overjoyed. She had always dreamed of having a magical mentor to guide her in her dancing. She eagerly accepted Melody's offer and began to practice with her every day. Under Melody's guidance, Lucy learned new dance techniques that she had never even heard of before. She practiced every day, determined to become the best dancer she could be. Melody also taught her about the power of music and how it can transform a dance into something magical. Lucy felt as if a whole new world had opened up to her, and she was excited to explore it. As Lucy continued to practice with Melody, she began to notice changes in herself. She felt more confident, more creative, and more expressive in her dancing. She was able to channel her emotions and tell stories through her movements, and she knew that she was becoming a better dancer every day. Eventually, Lucy's knee healed, and she was able to return to the dance academy. But this time, she was a different person. She had a newfound confidence in herself and her abilities, and she was excited to share her love of dance with others. When she returned to the academy, she was surprised to find that the other students were more welcoming than before. They had heard about her dedication and hard work, and they respected her for it. Lucy made new friends, and she was even able to teach them some of the techniques that she had learned from Melody. She felt grateful for everything that had happened to her, and she knew that she wouldn't be where she was today without the help of her fairy mentor. Years went by, and Lucy continued to dance and grow as a dancer. She eventually became a famous dancer, performing in shows all around the world. And every time she danced, she felt a little bit of magic in her movements, as if Melody was still guiding her from afar. She never forgot the lessons she had learned from Amara, the rabbit, and Melody. She knew that kindness, perseverance, and a little bit of magic were the keys to success, not just in dance, but in life.